In this case study, we are going to look at a policy on a high net worth individual. Ever hear that wealthy individuals put tons of money into whole life insurance policies to maximize the cash value? They do. But how are the policies structured? What do they look like? How does it actually work? Can I see something instead of just hearing about it? So we're going to go through exactly that here. What we're going to look at in this case study is a 45-year-old male, two funding scenarios. Option one, looking to pay $1 million into the product up front and then $500,000 per year, years 2 through 15, stopping at age 60. And then an alternative option of paying $1 million per year into the product for 5 years with nothing thereafter. Now, a couple notes on this is we built in a ton of flexibility. Let's go through that in a second. First, let's look at the plans for the money. High net worth individual, estate planning, the death benefit is important. You will see a significant death benefit here. Also a business owner, and why we mention that is he does want access to the cash value for his business in the event there's a need there. Yes, he's viewing this as a safe, liquid, tax-free area to position his money, almost a fixed savings asset, an alternative to his bank account that he earns next to nothing in. Loves the idea, loves what he sees with the cash value product. But at the same time, how he has grown his net worth is by investing in his business. That's the best area we can put our money. So he does want to keep his money liquid for that purpose as he continues to expand over time. So what I want to touch on here is if we're putting in $1 million per year or $1 per year, what will always be consistent here? Here are the fundamentals to policy design to ensure we have a product designed for maximum cash value. Where can your money go? If I'm you paying in $1 million per year, I want to know where is my money going, because at the end of the day, it can go towards one of two areas, the premium piece or the PUA piece. The premium piece I'll often refer to as the insurance expense. Money I pay here in respect to our cash value, often we'll see very little show up in the first year. Eventually it starts to come back to cash value. PUA dollars shows up in cash value right off the bat. Money we can access starts to earn interest. This is the key to accelerating the cash value growth on a product. Now, that's with a traditional whole life insurance product. The one difference from individuals putting in dollar amounts like this, 7 figures plus, is you will see products where the premium functions very similar to a PUA. And it is not just a basic high early cash value product. We're going to look at a whole life insurance product, not a universal, nothing like that, whole life product that is used for corporations and high net worth individuals we work with. And then when I worked for a firm years ago that set policies up for corporations, this is the kind of stuff we would see all the time. All right, let's take a look here. So 45-year-old male. We're going to look at options here, different companies. So we've got company A, funding $1 million up front and then $500K per year up until age 60 for 15 years. Okay, so we've got a company here where we've got a fixed dividend rate of 5.65% and then also their indexed feature. Still a pure whole life product, and this is the same product, by the way, where the consumer, the policyholder, can actually switch back and forth between the basic dividend, the indexed feature, can blend it over time, gives a little bit greater earning potential is what it does. But here's the key difference. $1 million goes into the product right off the bat. They have 97% of their payment available in cash value. The guaranteed values, that number is identical in the first year as well. Very cash rich immediately. Now, as we continue to look at this, year 2, I've paid in a total, I paid in a $500,000, a total of $1.5 million, I'm at 1.48, and year 3, I'm cash positive. So these are products used for high net worth individuals. They have minimum premium requirements. The minimum base premium requirement on this specific example is $100,000. Can't go any lower than that if we're looking at one individual. Corporations also use these types of products if they're looking at an executive benefit plan or something like that on a number of their high-level executives. The company owns it. It's a little bit different as far as how the structure is, but the cash values are the same. Same thing with the death benefit. Death benefit here, $23.5 million. Now, on this point, he did state that cash value is his goal. The death benefit has a play, but long-term for estate planning. So he did not want to pay more money unnecessarily for a death benefit today. So what do we do when we design a policy? Money can go towards premium or PUA. How low can I drive the premium? 10%. So in this example, paid $1 million in year one. Minimum premium is 10%, $100,000. What's the other limit we have to deal with? Our MEC limit, the IRS limit. For a 45-year-old male, here's where we came up with $23.5 million. This gives him a $1 million MEC limit. We solved for the minimum death benefit possible in order to optimize the cash value performance on the product. So there we go. Strong break-even point. Look at this. Continues to cruise over time. Indexed values look good. Now, if we're working with someone paying in $5,000 or $500,000 per year, I still want to know what is the net performance at the end of the day. So let's take a look here for full transparency. Actually, let's just take the formula we had before. Annual internal rate of return we're going to look at here. Plug it in. There we go. So strong in terms of net cash value performance. So I've got a product that produces strong early cash values, but at the same time, if I take a traditional high early cash value product, I'm usually going to give up long-term equity. That's often how those products are priced. With an executive benefit style plan, that's not the case. I do not give up long-term performance. It's very, very slight, and typically somewhat of this mindset or looking at a policy this size very, very quickly says, okay, it's not so much about what I'm earning in the policy, it's what I can do with the money. The more I have up front, the more I can continue to feed my business and other investments. This is really an alternative to stashing money in cash. I still want to have money liquid in cash, but here's a great alternative. So there are the annual internal rates of return over time. And there's things we can do to make them look better, but we're not going to do that here. There we go. So that is option one. Maximum cash value upfront and long term is what he's looking for. Let's take a look at option two, which we talked about the $1 million going in for 5 years and then nothing thereafter. So here we did things a little bit different. We've got a different company, a pure high early cash value product, and then a limited pay product. A limited pay product that has pros and cons. The high early, the advantage here, I've got about 95% of my payment cash value right off the bat, rich in equity. All right, I can use this, get things moving forward, or it's just an asset on the balance sheet. Breaking even just about year 3 in this case. The limited pay product. Here's the thing I don't like. I paid $1 million and I've got $800,000 right off the bat. It's almost a negative 20% hit. That can hurt, especially if I work hard for my money, and we never want to take the mindset to say, hey, you've got all this excess cash so you can afford to take the hit. No, it took time to build it up. So here, take a big hit right off the bat, breaking even year 6. Now how the company applies dividends to this product is a bit different over the long haul. So let's take a look here. You will find, if we just compare the year 30 mark, there's a significant difference there. This is the same insurance company, same product, same out-of-pocket to the consumer, age, health rating, all that is exactly the same, like we always do, but it's a different product that they treat differently in terms of how they apply crediting and such. So let's take a look and see what we got. So the high early cash value product, consistently climbing up over time. That limited pay product, I see a healthy jump for a period of time, but over the duration, the internal rate of return is stronger than the high early cash value product. So is one better than the other? Not necessarily. Depends on my goals and such. If I like having the cash up front, if I see, okay, I've got 14 million here, 30 years in, 17 and a quarter over here, that's a jump. That's a big difference in cash value. But one could also argue to say, okay, that's 30 years down the road, and what I could do with a 5% hit instead of a 20% hit and more access to more capital up front, what I can do investing in myself and my business, I can do a lot more with that. Or I can do it, but I don't need access to all of it. So my point here, options. Options are important to see. This way I can select the option that's best for me and my particular situation. Again, there's option 1 with $1 million up front and $500,000 per year thereafter. So it's pretty neat what you can do with these executive style policies, which we can apply to an individual as well, like we do here. But again, high net worth, estate planning, you've got that massive death benefit, always paid income tax-free. If I want it paid estate tax-free, exempt from estate taxes, I do have to move it outside of individual ownership where it's owned by a trust, typically an irrevocable trust, but that is definitely an attorney question, not a question for me. Also, as a business owner, he's got access to capital. So a lot of information here. If you have questions or would like to see samples with big numbers, small numbers, any numbers, we don't turn anyone away. Feel free to reach out anytime. And as always, I hope this helps. Hey guys, Steve Parisi here. If you enjoyed the content you just saw, please subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for future videos. If you'd like more information or to see some custom policies for yourself, feel free to call or email our offices at the contact information below.